Aiden, Coach Sig up there said he took down all the photos of him around the stadium and stuff. Did you see that, and did you kind of notice it at all?
Yeah, it's definitely a difference. I know Indiana loves Sig, but it is good to see that we're moving on. It's time to focus on the 2025 season and really lock in on what we're trying to accomplish this year and forgetting last year.
Is that something you guys preferred to do, as a team, that as much of the 2024 we can get rid of, or I guess leave in the rearview mirror, that you guys would prefer that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I took the playoff stickers off my helmet, off the water bottles, everything. I just kind of want to move forward. Don't get me wrong, it was a great experience. It was an awesome accomplishment, but at the end of the day, we didn't finish the job, and that's what we're working towards this year. So just don't want to be constantly reminded of this is what you did last year. So kind of time to move forward with it.
What pieces of last year do you carry over into this year?
I would just say lessons from losses, lessons from wins. Physically, I didn't really keep anything from the playoffs. Kind of just took it home, gave it to my family. I'd rather just move forward and be ready for this year, and I'd rather just bring a ring home instead of a blanket or a pillow. So that's what we're working towards.
How long did it take you to get over the Notre Dame loss?
I'd probably say it took a solid week. Going home, being with some family, having a lot of conversations. It's just definitely not a feeling that was good, but there was so much to learn from it, and I got so many lessons from it that, at the end of the day, we kind of needed to be a better team going forward for this year. So, probably a week was the max.
Talk a lot about the mindset of last season's team, the focus. Is there any kind of shift in mindset, even if it's a slight difference this year heading into the season?
Not really. I will say, early in this offseason, we had some young guys, some transfers that may have been a little iffy and may have been, kind of questioning some things and, thinking they were above the program a little bit. But at this point, the offseason, it feels like everybody's bought in. Everybody's all for what we're trying to do and, the blueprint that we have to be successful.
If you had to describe or kind of just give a definition of the focus and mindset for this program heading into the season, how would you describe it?
I feel like the easy answer would just say locked in. I do think it's just a collective effort to make sure we're not letting outside noise in. You're going to hear it all season long. Can they repeat? Was it a fluke? All these things. But it's really all about the people in the building, and I think that's what we need to focus on. So just keeping that mindset of just being locked in, worried about what we have in the building, and kind of eliminating the clutter outside of it.
Is that on you guys, the coaches? Who's that on?
I think it's on all of us, especially the three guys that are here as leaders. I think we need to do the best job of it. But the coaches, the trainers, everybody, we all got to be locked in on it.
As leaders, now you've had a full season of Big Ten football under your belt, so it's a different perspective than you had last year. How did that affect the way that you're approaching this season in terms of prep, in terms of just getting yourselves ready to think about what you need to do to dominate yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a big difference from last year. Last year, you come in and you kind of do question some things. You're coming from a Group of 5 program to now, you're in the Big Ten, you're in the best conference in the country. But at this point, we've seen the best that there is. We've seen the best talent in the country. So there's no question anything anymore. We know that we belong here. We know that we can dominate at this level. So the confidence thing, it won't be a problem for this program anymore.
I talked with you about this earlier with Coach Haynes, and you said before you've heard about the rumors swirling and stuff. This offseason especially, how much of that did you hear? And sort of, you said you talked to him, when he decided to come back to IU. Just what were those conversations like?
I mean, Twitter is just phenomenal with how they break news. They're so fast with it, but I would just say, me and him have a lot of honest and transparent conversations. If anything were to happen, I think he would have let me know. But I knew ultimately he wanted to be at IU. I know he wanted to be with Coach Sig, and kind of just keep improving from where we were. I think we were in a really good spot, and now we're just going to keep improving on that and keep getting better.
You've seen it firsthand, the loyalty within the staff, all of them following him to IU and then staying with Sig. Can you kind of feel that from the staff, how long they've been together?
Yeah, and I also think it just speaks volumes about Coach Sig. You can keep a staff like this together for, it's, 8+ years? It's really incredible. The guys that are on the staff could leave and be head coaches at any Power 4 or any Group of 5, and they probably have been offered that, but it's just a loyalty and how they're treated here is really special, and I think they really embrace that.
How has the stadium experience changed for you as a player from the first game you played at Memorial until that game, it had to be something really fascinating to witness being on the field. What was it like for you guys?
It was unreal. The first game, I think a lot of people weren't very sure about the new Indiana and how we were going to, if winning was going to be something that, we kind of kept doing. By the time we hit the Nebraska game, I think is really when it changed. Everybody was bought in. There wasn't a seat open in that stadium, and it was a surreal feeling. It was awesome seeing that many people there, waving the towels. It was phenomenal.
Do you like that term, the new Indiana versus the old Indiana?
I'm iffy about it, but I find myself using it a lot, so I think I do have to be a fan of it. It's just such a big difference between the way that we run this program versus how it was run in the past. So I think it's respectfully okay to use, but it's not something I'd tag or anything for myself.
Kurt Cincinnati has a lot of different phrases: fast, physical, relentless, humble, hungry, stalk, complacency. Do you have a favorite that resonates with you?
Not a line, but there was one time he told us a story about it's either a glass ball or a rubber ball. The glass ball, you drop, it shatters, and it's the rubber ball bounce back, and it's kind of like being relentless. So that's been my favorite that I've kind of carried with me, but that's definitely his best one, I think.
I was asking Elijah this. Is Kurt different in these settings than he is with you guys?
No way. Yeah, no. Coach Sig is always the same. He's always genuine, the same person that, since I met when I took my first recruiting visit to James Madison.
Do you like to see him be a little brash with the media and everything like that? Is that fun to watch?
I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Everybody's gathered around to hear what he's going to say next, but I think he does a great job with it. He never says anything that's too out of line, and I think what he says is perfect, and it rubs off on his players that we carry that confidence like he does, and I think he does a great job with it.
Aiden, we know you guys were confident last year. Is there a different level that confidence reaches now that you've had success here at IU?
Yeah, I think there has to be. Kind of branching off the earlier questions, we've seen the best of the best. We've competed with the best of the best, and I think now our goal is to be the best of the best. So it's all about the confidence and growing, and learning from all those lessons that we learned last year. And now, if your confidence isn't high at playing for this program, then you're in the wrong place.
Do you guys believe you belong at the top of college football?
100%. 100%.
First question, what part of your game